Okay, folks, welcome to the Contrarian Trader. This is Bob Desmond, and this is the member stock pick request video. This is where we review the charts of stocks that our members submit. It's a free service to them, and we have a 14-day free trial offer. Check it out. So the symbols we're going to be going over tonight are YOD, then these cybersecurity stocks, FEYE and CYBR. Then we'll go to BABA, EXXI, REE, AGN, BIDU, AMRS, ARTX. Let's kick it off with YOD. Daily chart, this is for Jesus. And I went over this one a few days ago, and we watched it consolidate along this lower band of its rising uptrend channel. Today, it retested that support level and flashed a bullish key reversal. Note how the RSI is hooking up and beginning to break out. All your oscillators are beginning to work. I like the chart, very bullish. CYBR, CyberArk, this one's been on a tear. We owned it from back here. And today we stopped out on our trailing stop loss order. And we booked, I think it was 59 to 60%, right about there. But huge gains within a short period of time on CYBR. I didn't want to get out, but we did have RSI above 85, and our trailing stop loss was triggered, so we had to get out, obviously. And this is a perfect case of why you do not need to sit in front of your computer and trade stocks all day long. Simply set your trailing stop loss order, let the markets take you out. More than likely what's going to happen here is we're going to get a pullback. An orderly pullback will allow for us to get back into the stock. I will be sending out a trade alert when we do get back into CYBR, because I do like the story long term. But right now, pause and refreshes is required. Plus, it's at extreme overbought levels. I would avoid it for the next few days, but we will revisit. FireEye. This is another cybersecurity play. We had a basket of these, CYBR and FEYE. We bought it back here when we identified that it was breaking out of an inverted head and shoulder setup. Here's your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's your neckline. This is the beauty of using charts and not watching CNBC. Nobody on CNBC was telling you to buy the stock. We were, because the charts was telling you you had to be a buyer of the stock. So we booked our profits up here. And today we did make a new daily high, but we reversed off that high. Much as we are about to see with CYBR, I believe that we're going to get a pullback on FEYE. Again, I love the cybersecurity space. I want to be a part of it. So I may add both CYBR and FEYE back once again as part of a basket of these plays. Who truly knows who's going to be the beneficiary of all the government contracts? So we may want a basket of these names. Okay, next stock up is for Kate and Chris. Alibaba, BABA. Interesting chart, very, very weak in a downtrend. And before I get into the details of this chart, I want to point out an economic indicator, the Baltic Dry Sea Index. And it's relevant to Alibaba, bear with me. The Baltic Dry Sea Index is a chart that measures the pricing power of dry bulk shippers. Anybody that's living on the West Coast right now, from San Francisco down to San Diego, is familiar with the pictures, the video of dry bulk shippers lying off the western coast of the U.S. because of the strike. Now, the Baltic Dry Sea Index is at multi-decade lows. And if I haven't said this already, it is the measure of pricing power of dry bulk shippers. Basically, what's their rate? And their rate is at multi-decade lows, even below the lows seen after the financial crisis. Now, if one is to conclude that from this chart, business-to-business commerce is weak, what does that say about Alibaba, which deals directly in that space? Now, we've been in a downtrend since November. We broke down below the lower band of its downtrend channel. I wouldn't buy the stock just yet. It needs to show some strength. It needs to recapture this lower band of its prior downtrend channel, show some consolidation, show that it's able to break out above a prior resistance level, initially at 99.30. Now, for us to get long of Alibaba, because it's certainly not a short right now, I wouldn't short it. The time to have shorted it was back here at the upper band of its declining downtrend channel. Where I would buy it is two levels. One on a pullback and a retest of 85.42, or a breakout and a close above this prior lower band of the rising uptrend channel. Allow it to consolidate. Once we start breaking through prior resistance levels, and the one prior to that was at $92 per share, I would add more to my position. Now, the stochastic is looking interesting because you have a cup with handle formation setting up, a bullish formation. Similar action on the ultimate oscillator. The Stoch RSI is hooking up. The only thing missing from this chart is any sign of strength in price. So price and volume trump oscillators, always. So we need to see some price stability before I got bullish on BABA. However, there are reasons to be looking at it right now to the long side, and I've just pointed them out on the oscillators. I wouldn't pull the trigger on the trade to the long side based solely on the oscillators. Next stock up, EXXI, Energy XXI. All right, so we had our breakout above the upper band of the declining downtrend channel. It pulled back, retested support, rallied. Today we flashed a bearish key reversal. Expect a pullback. This is not a strong stock. I don't think there's going to be any problem with it pulling back and retesting this lower band of its new short-term rising uptrend channel. Look for support at that level. That's when you buy it. You put your stop loss just below that support level. What you want to see is this, exactly what happened here. It rallied, pulled back, flashed a bullish key reversal off of the support level, then took off. Look for that same setup. Down volume rose today, which is not good. That's institutional distribution. Ultimate oscillator putting in lower highs. I would avoid the stock to the long side right now. You have a game plan for a long entry point. I would not buy the stock until it executes on that successful pullback. Rare Element Resources, REE. Okay, so we've had our short squeeze. This is a weekly chart, and I'm starting out with the weekly chart to point out and illustrate the power of using multi-period charts. Look at where we were stopped dead this week on REE, right at the upper band of its declining downtrend channel. Were you long from back here and held through this resistance level? Congratulations. Now that you're up and into this resistance level, you should be thinking about booking some profits because this is not going to be easy to get through. Remember, a massive short squeeze. This stock has rallied 100% in the past couple of weeks. You need to book some profits. So I wouldn't buy this stock right now. It has seen its short squeeze. May it pull back, consolidate, and proceed higher? Sure it can. However, the easy money's been made. I would avoid it right now. Okay, next stock up is Allergan, AGN, the symbol. Remains in an uptrend channel. This is a daily chart, if I didn't say that. We have the stock trading right near the lower band of its rising uptrend channel. It flashed a bottoming tail today, which is a sign of support. This is a stock that can be bought, but with a couple of caveats. One, you need to identify that its trading range is narrowing. So your upside is limited. Expect resistance at $235. Now, if you do buy it, you need to set a stop loss order just below this lower band of the rising uptrend channel. And also take note that you have a divergence that's occurring right now. Every time we make new highs, Allergan makes lower highs on RSI. That's a divergence. That's not a good sign. So while it can be bought, I'm not enthusiastic on the stock, and I would definitely use a stop loss order just below this lower band of the rising uptrend channel. Baidu, very similar chart as what you're seeing with Google, breaking down. It is in a downtrend channel. It is trading below its 50-day moving average. It is trading below the lower band of its declining downtrend channel. You have the 50-day moving average, which will be picking up speed soon and threatening to take out the 200-period moving average. That is not a bullish event. These stocks, Google, Baidu, what I like to call the pop culture names, are beginning to really deteriorate. Here's Google. It's been a laggard of the S&P 500, which is overlaid here in black, since October of 14. Now, while it's making a bit of a recovery, it's not awe-inspiring, and it's trading below its 200-period moving average. We've already had a negative divergence of the 50-period crossing below the 200-period moving average. These stocks are not healthy. So I am not an advocate of Baidu right now. Now, on the weekly chart, if you took a look at that one, which I did earlier, you could see that we have rallied off of the January lows. Now you have the 50-period moving average, which is beginning to decline and will act as resistance. So while I'm not going to be a bit surprised to see a continuation move higher, expect this 50-period moving average on a weekly chart to act as resistance. I would not be a buyer here. Now, if we pulled back, set up a higher low, or retested prior support, then I would be constructive on the name. As of right now, I would avoid it. Amyris Inc. Okay, so we broke out of our declining downtrend channel, flashed a major topping tail. No surprise on a pullback. I would expect a further pullback, and that should be welcome. Ideally, in a situation like this, when you have a breakout above an intermediate term downtrend channel, you want to see a retest of what was resistance now acting as support. So I don't want to say expect a retest of that support level. I'll leave you with this. I'll say welcome a retest of that support level, because that is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength if it holds. So I'm constructive on the name, but I wouldn't be a buyer just yet. Let the stock show you. It's got the strength to hold this key support level. Folks, if you're not currently a member and you get any value out of these videos, please sign up for the 14-day free trial offer. If you'd like to get our best stock picks each weekend, just enter your email address. We'll send them out to you via email. We hate spam too. You will not be spammed. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below. I'll definitely get back. If you're watching this on StockTwitch or Twitter, please send me some feedback. Follow me there, and I will talk to you soon. Be well. Have a profitable trading week, folks.